Hello there. First of all, I want to say thank you to the people who support me here and on Instagram. I don't know why, but recently I made a drawing. The drawing got 375 likes. That's like crazy for me. It's like 10 times of what I usually get on a lucky day, so thank you. But anyway, we all had some weird teachers in the past. Well, I had both. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I will love to share some stories with you. I will not tell the name of the school and I won't use any of the teachers' real names because for the privacy. In this video I will call them Joss, Midget, Bob, Hank, Danny and Teddy. These are a few of my teachers who are supposed to teach me how to paint, apply wallpaper and stuff like that. Most of them are pretty odd ones and they know how to wrap my nerves. No, I'm not saying they didn't do a single good thing. Neither am I saying I'm a perfect student. One time some classmates and I were supposed to transport some trash in like a giant heavy cart to a place to dispose it. The area we should dispose it to had just a brand new gate and it's outside obviously. So we were pushing the cart and it was always fun to sit on top on it. We were getting some speed and it was like, okay, maybe we should stop pushing. But they kept pushing while I was on top. I saw the gate coming closer and closer. And suddenly, bang, I opened my eyes and the gate was wide open. And we were on the other side. I thought the gate was locked, no? But suddenly we noticed the brand new gate was completely bent. And out of nowhere, suddenly Hank was there. And he was like, you, and you. You have to get a drink with me sometimes. You are amazing students. And we were like, yeah. About that, we have a little issue. We broke the gate. And everybody stood there like, oh damn. And suddenly the midget came out of nowhere and it was like really mad. And it was last time we had to dispose the trash. But I am like really bad. I love Satan and paint his symbols on my project. At least that's what Danny told me. We had to design a pattern and a symbol to paint on a door. This is actually a photo of the finished project. Well, the symbol in the middle. Can you guess where it's based on? I give you a few seconds. And time's up. Could you guess it? The correct answer is Assassin's Creed. Oh no, not Satan? Well, my teacher will tell you wrong. It's Satan. Making the door was so much fun. We had to draw our pattern on the door and the midget gave me the wrong instructions. When I was doing it, I was like, this is wrong, but he passed me like 7 times while I was working on it and he didn't correct me once. And suddenly he noticed. Are you doing that? That's the wrong skill! Are you blind? And I responded, I'm just doing what you told me. That's wrong! Are you stupid? And at that point, everybody was looking at us. At least at him, screaming the lungs out of his body. But he always do that. He's small and not smart, and he's trying to earn his respect and fear by yelling, making loud noises and intimidating. And intimidating, a little bit like animals do. But it did not affect me. But one time a girl was washing her paintbrush. She did it the wrong way. And I was actually in another room at that moment. And suddenly I hear the midget. That's not how you wash a brush! Are you retarded? That's basic! You stupid cow! Basic! And at that point the girl walked away in tears. So obviously I absolutely hate this guy. He's horrible. He could give me grades and he always gave me extreme low grades. Even did an experiment. We had to make some kind of book with text and clear pictures. I gave a classmate the opportunity to use the same pictures I took, and he did. When the assignment got graded, I saw I had on the picture part a freaking 30% less than my classmates with exactly the same pictures. My pictures. I confronted Midget with it, but he got mad. Yes, like always. But luckily I could have a good laugh at that school at some points. I had a teacher who was like kinda creep and it was just pretty funny. He didn't care much for interaction and would often just answer yes. For example, one time Hank asked him, good morning Joss, how was your weekend? And he was like, yes. He always had the same emotionless look on his face. The only time I could see him smile was when there was a German song on the radio and he was just singing along. But he was actually a pretty excellent teacher, but like 90% of the times he just made us clean and sand stuff. I still wonder how nobody got poisoned. We had to scrub the floor with sandpaper and white spirit. 4 hours later, the entire bottle of white spirit was just empty. I think if somebody would make a spark, it would probably explode there. And the gas is pretty toxic. I don't want to know how much water got wasted by cleaning paint supplies. This is an actual picture of the sink. One time Midget told me to clean a paint roller. I did a good job. He said, "It is still wet, it has to be dry." And I said, I'm sorry, that's all I can do. And he said, "Do more." And I said, "As you wish." And I gave it a good twist and ripped the thing in 2 parts. And I was like, whoopsie, and threw it in the trash. What's also pretty funny story is there was that one guy, Bob, who everybody saw in school, but nobody knew what his job was, not even the teachers. And Bob was pretty weird. He was definitely not skinny at all and always walked with his hand in his freaking pants. But I'm serious, it seemed to be deep inside there. I don't want to know what he was doing with that hand. But one time he took his hand outside his pants and started to sniff his freaking finger. Minutes later he gave somebody a handshake with it. What an odd guy. And by the way, then he even created special rules for me. For example, we had to make some interior paintings, and through the window you could draw whatever you want. I drew Pedo Bear peeking through the window. It was pretty funny, but months later, when he starts to notice my little Easter eggs, it was a rule for me I could not do whatever I want outside no more. You could barely notice it, trust me. If you didn't know it was there, you could not see it for sure. He didn't like me much either. It might had something to do with the fact I was correcting him one time. He was the history teacher after all. In one of his lessons he said, "Napoleon was just a little..." And I was like, excuse me sir, but Napoleon was not small. It was just a rumor. He actually was quite tall for his time. People think he was small because of the British propaganda. They used to say he was small. And in his paintings he might look small next to his giant guards. And then he reacted like, "Whoa, you can't tell me that. I studied for this. You have to listen to me. Napoleon was small. That is how it was. Prove me wrong and surprise me. Send me the source of this evening." And that evening I sent him a Wikipedia screenshot. The next week I asked him what he thought about it. "Well, that's still wrong. Wikipedia is not a good source." And he started his lesson by going to Wikipedia himself to search info about the next subject of the lesson. We also had to make a final project, and I put a lot of effort into it. Unfortunately, my teacher graded me every time bad. A friend of mine and I had the same problem. We had great ideas, great computer skills to show a 3D model of what we had to do. We actually made one, but we were not allowed to put it inside the file we had to present on the last day. That presentation was luckily in front of external jury. So what did we do? We printed everything out and we put it in an extra file. The look on the teachers' faces were just the best thing I had ever seen. I handed over the files and said, "These are my models and ideas I could not use in my project. I did not have any permission to use it of my teacher who sat next to you." The jury responded with, But why? This is so clear and your concepts are amazing." And I said, "I was thinking the same thing, but my teachers disagree with you. I am sorry." Dropped the mic. My average score for that project through the year of my teachers was like 50 points out of 100. The score the jury gave me was 97.5 points of 100. That's the best of the entire group. I would say don't let toxic teachers demotivate you. It will pay off for sure. As soon as I got my diploma, I sent a huge email to the school and all my teachers with my stories and complainings. The head of the school even thanked me, and he said I could come back to school to help changing the system because I knew what to do and what had to change. And I do have more stories. Oh yeah, and about that door, I wanted to buy the door because I had the right to it. Guess what? They saved every single door of every student except the one I made. They destroyed it because absolutely no reason, but I wanted it. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me, you can like, subscribe, comment. Be active here on YouTube with me so YouTube can maybe notice